Oklahoma. Huddle up. It's time to go inside the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM and streaming worldwide on GuthrieSportsPage.com. The High School Huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports with your hosts, Chris Evans, Casey Porter, and Phil Nichols.
And good evening here on the High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI. Alongside Phil Nichols, I am Chris Evans, as we take you up for the next 60 minutes talking high school sports. It is here. High school football season. Softball is already going. Cross country is going as well. But Friday Night Lights are finally here, Phil.
It's about time, right?
Yeah.
We've got, as I like to say, we've got a reason to live again. Football's upon us. We'll be inundated with football starting this week. Of course, Guthrie is, we get to participate in Zero Week, which, as Coach BB said last week after the scrimmage, we love Zero Week right now because we're 1-0 in Zero Week games, so we'll see. But, yeah, it's always a great time. A lot going on, a lot of excitement. The kids are excited. We were at the scrimmage last week. You know, I think I made the comment to you, or I can't remember. I don't know if it was you or not, but I said one thing I love about this time of year is every kid believes they're going to go undefeated. Every kid believes they're going to win a state title. Mm-hmm. And so it's fun. Just that atmosphere and that energy is fun.
We got a lot to talk about. This is our second season here on the High School Huddle. So glad to be back as well. And got a great new title sponsor this year. The High School Huddle this season is brought to you by the Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. And it's all about making smarter business decisions every day, Phil. Yeah,
I mean, Legacy's mission is to help business owners and their employees, live better lives financially. Whether it's through their investment strategies or if it's through employee benefits or CPA services or wills, trusts, whatever you need, Legacy WAG can help you.
Legacy WAG, of course, Legacy Wealthy Advisory Group. We'll call them WAG, but go to their website, check it out. Business owners, you definitely want to check it out. Also, consumers can check it out as well, the benefit part.
Yeah, there's some cool things also. One of the things we do at Legacy is you can go to the website Legacy WAG, LegacyWAG benefits.com. A lot of cool products on there, some neat things you can do. Everything from teledoc and patient advocacy to help people with their day-to-day needs on the medical insurance to some really cool discount plans, some discount legal services, just some really cool stuff. So go check it out. LegacyWAGbenefits.com, but always willing to help and answer questions, any questions you may have.
Absolutely. They are the title sponsor of our show here, the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI. Of course, we crowned some state champions a year ago, and a lot of things have been happening off the field, including quite a few coaching changes as well. We're going to go over some of the coaching changes and what that program might look at right now. And the first one that I want to bring up is Bill Blankenship over at Owasso. Yeah. Of course, the longtime Tulsa Union coach, went on to Tulsa University and had some up and downs there. It wasn't a steady flow, but it had some up and downs there.
Great guy.
Tremendous guy. And then went to Arkansas, won the state championship in the highest class over there. He's back here in Oklahoma at Owasso High School. That will be interesting to see how he can maybe get ready for Union and Jinx.
Yeah, they showed, I think it was a week or two ago, I saw a picture. It was, Meet the Rams or whatever the evening was, and it looked like there were 80,000 people there.
Yeah.
I realize there wasn't, but it was just sold out. And I think you and Case and I were talking, and the question was asked, can he turn things around to Owasso? I said, I think he's already had an impact, right? I mean, they believe. And you got to have that first. We experienced that personally in Guthrie years ago with Rafe and our staff here. And once you start believing, great things happen. But 3-time state champion here in the state of Oklahoma, had a lot of success. He said won another state title in Arkansas, coached at Tulsa University, and an absolute first-class human being. One of the nicest guys when he was the man over at Tulsa. Saw him here recruiting some of our kids over the years. Just a genuinely great guy and very, very well respected in high school football.
No doubt. So Bill Blankenship over at Owasso. Owasso was just 3-7 a year ago. But I think they're automatically pretty good. And the advantage with Owasso, who's had a hard time with Jinx, Union, and Broken Arrow for that matter, but the key factor with Blankenship is he knows how to beat Jinx, and he knows Union about as well as anybody. He's been there for so long, but he knows how to beat teams like that, and I think that will help them advance a little bit further than most schools could do.
Yeah, and also Owasso has some studs too.
Yeah,
it doesn't
that
hurt.
helps.
When your Jimmies and Joes are pretty good, that helps, right? So, and we'll talk about some of those guys.
Yeah.
I know throughout the year, but yeah, he'd have to be at the top of the list, I think, as far as new coaches at new places.
Another coach new here in the high school ranks here in Oklahoma, and we got to talk to him last week. And I think you're really excited about Nino Williams, the head coach over at Douglas High School.
Man, he made a big impression on all of us. Of course, we had the opportunity to scrimmage him last week.
Isn't Guthrie?
Yeah, Guthrie, sorry. Apologize. Guthrie had an opportunity to scrimmage him last week, and the energy was different with the Douglas kids. But yeah, upbeat guy, positive guy. Talked to Coach Beebe about him, and I think him and Coach Beebe have been communicating quite a bit on the phone, and Coach Beebe thinks a lot of him as well. So I think good things are going to happen at Douglas High with him at the helm.
Reagan Roof, who quarterback at Guthrie, coach at Bethany, had Bethany going 8-4 the last 2 seasons at Bethany, but takes the job closer home, and of course it's at Weatherford. And if Weatherford and Roofs kind of go together hand in hand, and Reagan, I think that's one of the top jobs that he would look for here in the state of Oklahoma on the high school ranks.
Well, the Roof family is probably, you could make an argument as a family goes, they're probably the first family of football and coaching, right? A lot of wins and. So great for them, and of course his father was a very successful head coach here at Guthrie over the years, and his brother is I think his brother is he the head guy now in Edmond, or is he the O coordinator? Don't we have one? Isn't that right? The head guy at Edmond North. Okay, yeah. Thanks, TBJ, and it's just just a great family, great football family. He'll do good things out there.
Of course, taking the head job at Bethany is the assistant coach, John Arthur. Again, Bethany was 8-3 last year. Weatherford last 2 years has been 8-4. Another coach, it'll be interesting to see how this works. Jeremy Reed won the state championship in Class 5A at Altus, and then went to Arkansas for 2 years. Didn't have all the best success, but he's now the head coach at Yukon High School, and that will be interesting to see because they run the ball, the flex bone. So it'll see how that flex bone works in Class 6A football. Jinx, Union, Owassos, how will that go? Memorial, Santa Fe, schools like that,
Listen, Jimmy's and Joe's, that has a lot to do with your success.
He had a lot of Joes.
You had a lot of Jimmy's and Joes
at
Altus, but that flex, that's going to be tough at 6A, I think. But we'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be entertaining, and obviously you want those kids to have success, and it should be a lot of fun. But I think just my own personal belief, I think you'll find that tough sledding at that level with that offense.
And, at UConn and Mustang, we talk about how big Union and Owasso, of course, BA is just outrageous. Right. They're getting close to 6,000 students. But UConn and Mustang are not little bitty schools anymore. They have the numbers to where they're comparable to Jinx and Union. So
well, and I think, at some point, the old argument about, they just have so many kids, that kind of starts falling on deaf ears, right? And, go get better and compete and try to get the gold ball in your hallway. And it's it hasn't been done in a long time, but it doesn't look to be any different this year at that level. Union looks just stacked.
Yeah,
so
they are stacked with Division I talent. We'll talk about that as well. Anthony Fogel over at Northeast Academy, they're talking about shutting that place down, and he's going in there with a positive attitude. Of course, he coached at Guyman, so he knows the challenges ahead of him over at Northeast Academy. Rocky Martin, the head coach at Norman High School. Norman, ever since the addition of Norman North, has really just kind of gone down football and some other sports, but Norman's only been 1-9 in 2016, 1-9 in 2015. So he was the head coach at PC West. We'll see how he can do. And Norman, as right now, Norman North has controlled that town. Made the state championship game a year ago and lost their quarterback last year, but they got another one coming back in. So
got a couple pretty good returning players. Last name Stoops, I believe. So
Isaac and Drake.
So both Division I prospects themselves. So they'll be all right. They'll be all right there.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about Moore High School having a breakout season this year. They were just 5-5, which marks their first time not to have a losing season since 2004. But Brad Hill's the new head coach there. And the other one I have on my list here is Trent Worley. That name sounds familiar here in North Central Oklahoma, particularly in Stillwater. He was the assistant coach at Stillwater, now the head coach at Piedmont, and Worley was also at one time the head coach at Perry High School. So those are some of the new head coaches in the state.
On the move.
Some assistant coaches of note. Aso Pogai, helping out John Marshall, Rashawn Woods, who we talked to a year ago. We'll have him on the show again this year because we'll be talking quite a bit, I'm sure, about John Marshall and the little running back they have.
Yeah, they got a little running back they have. Yeah,
already made national highlights.
Yeah. Well, that kid's a freak. We'll be talking about him here in a few minutes, but I think he's a lot of people's pick for the Player of the Year in the state of Oklahoma. I know he's mine, so we'll talk more about that here in a bit.
Former Guthrie coach, former Choctaw offensive coordinator Ty Prestige is now the Southmore quarterbacks coach. And we'll talk about Southmore here in a little bit. Tough time to be at Southmore. Another coach, last one I have on my notes here is J.D. Runnels, the former Carl Albert Titan, Oklahoma standout, and played a little bit in the NFL as well. Advisor coach for Choctaw.
Yeah, one thing, I think we left him off, is Chuck Atkins over in El Reno.
Yes.
As the head guy. And, of course, we're excited about for one of his assistants, Luke Davis. That's a Blue Jay and just breaking into the coaching ranks, and that's exciting for Luke. He'll do a great job over there as well. So we wish Chuck and Luke all the success in the world, unless the Blue Jays play. Yeah,
Chuck Ashton trying to redo everything. They got new locker rooms.
Yep.
I think they're coming out with a new helmet this year. Just trying to get a different look and a positive flow over in El Reno because the numbers were down for several years. I think the numbers have come up a little bit, and we've seen Chuck and the way he can run offenses is
genius.
He left Guthrie to Prague and spent some time in Texas, so he's had success everywhere he's gone.
Yeah, and like we talked, Luke Davis is one of the best all-around football players ever to come out of Guthrie High School, and just a wonderful kid, and he'll do great things there. And it's just fun to see those kids get into the profession and start doing so well. So that's exciting.
So those are some of the coaches that have come and gone, all that good stuff. And I went up to see if there was any new rule changes in football, and really not a whole lot, if any, rule changes. So I was thinking maybe we'd have an official on, and we might later on in the season to talk different rules. But really no new rules added this year.
That's always my least favorite show when you have those guys on.
You've gotten better with officials.
Yeah, I'm getting older, Chris. I've mellowed a lot over the years. But no, we joke around about that. But it is fun when we can get the guys on the air and talk to them and was it last year or the year? But it was 2 years ago. I think we had quite a few rule changes. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago, yeah.
There was a lot of rule changes. So I'm kind of relieved we've just left it alone a little bit and just let's go play ball. So
they need to do that in baseball because baseball has all the rules there are in the world, and they change them all the time. You got high school rules, you got summer rules, you got NAI rules, all that good stuff.
Crazy.
But anyway, we got lots to talk about the numbers. It won't affect this year's football season, but next year's football season will be interesting because our friends up in Enid will have to move up to 6A Division 1. Shawnee will have to move up to 6A Division 2. Ada will move up to 5A next year, and we don't need to get into next year, but it's always interesting to see how those numbers come out.
Yeah, and it's I mean you can track the growth of some of these schools, and I look at Shawnee as a great example. Boy, it's not going to do anything but get tougher for Shawnee. I mean, and they're one of those schools that's just kind of caught. They're just.
And they've gone through it before.
Oh boy, have they?
It wasn't good.
No, it was not good. So I mean, it's going to be tough over there, and but it is what it is.
When they went through it the first time, though, they had 6A. 32 teams, so they were having to go Jinx, Union, Owasso, Yukon, Mustang. Where 6A Division 2, Lawton, Stillwater, Midwest City, Bixby.
15 schools.
Yeah.
Which that still bugs me.
15.
Yeah, it's just
because you got Capitol Hill and U.S. Grant who don't play football.
Yeah, but
with the OSSAA anyway.
It's like, hey, everybody, come on, let's go to the playoffs. I mean, it just bugs me. There's nothing they can do about it.
Half the field gets in.
Right.
So those are. So we got about a few minutes left in this segment here, and real quickly, we're going to take a break and talk some games of the week coming up here on Friday night. But Southmore saw 7 players transfer from their program, and
that's shocking.
2 of them go to Westmore, a couple go to Newcastle.
Oh, the powerhouse, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, there must be I wonder why they went there, Chris.
I don't. I think they followed a coach over there. Newcastle 1-9 the last 2 years.
Nobody would ever do that, would they?
2-18. So, but Southmore's taking the right approach. Hey, we're going to coach the kids that are here. We're still in good hands at the quarterback spot. But it's just one of those things. In basketball, it's worse, but it's starting to creep in football where you have to get a roster to find out where kids are going, and it's just one of those things. It's frustrating to me. That's why I left it in a few seconds left in the segment, because I could go on for an hour.
Yes, we could. We could do an entire special on this.
An hour about that, but we'll stop right there. Here as we're going to take our opening time out here on the High School Huddle, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. When we come back, take a look at some of the teams to look out for, some of the players to look out for, and of course some of the games here in Week 0. There's some doozies already. How about a Wausau Jinx, just like that? Blankenship versus Trammell, just like that.
Hall of Famers.
And we're going to take a time out. Talk about all that after this timeout. This is the High School Huddle, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group.
Gravy or sauce and a 20-ounce drink, all for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I'm John Vance. You know all car dealers pay the same prices for their vehicles, so you know the deals are just as good, if not better, at the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. If you're shopping for a new Ford, we've got Auto Mall selection of Fords at competitive prices. At the John Vance Auto Group, you can choose from 9 lines of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, plus a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Come to the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Just 10 minutes north of Edmond, off I-35 at exit 153.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Alongside Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. This is the High School Huddle here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. Glad to have you on board tonight as we have high school football games coming up Friday night. It is week 0, and we're going to go over some of these games, but I got 7 or 8 great games to begin week 0. And week 0 was introduced to the big schools last year, and I think, we still got games here on week 0, so I don't think it's I think a lot of coaches, despite the short practices, only one scrimmage leading up to it, I think most of them like it. It definitely helps the smaller schools when it comes to scheduling and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it helps with scheduling. It is different from a scrimmaging perspective, but and it's different for guys like us, because I just told you off there, I said, man, it doesn't feel like football season in a way. You know, it's still just, but we'll get into it quickly here, obviously. But week 0 is good for overall. I think it's a great thing. So.
This is the High School Huddle here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. We are presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. And take a look at Class 5A football real quick, Phil. And, 5A2 was the class for the longest time when you had the likes of Guthrie, Carl Albert, McGinnis, Deer Creek. The powers kind of shifted a little bit to 5A District 1 last year. Of course, Lawton MacArthur and Ardmore, Altus, Duncan, all playing really good football, and you never know how that's going to finish, 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, and it looks like it'd be another tough district this year in 5A1.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're still probably this year. I think it's closer than it was last year, but I think they probably are the toughest district in 5A, and it's when you've got Mac and Ardmore up there. I mean, you got two of the top 5 teams in 5A. Of course, you can come right back and say, when you got McGinnis this year and CA, you got 2 of the top 5 in there as well.
They were in the state title game a year ago.
Right,
so.
And then Guthrie obviously comes in, I think, as the top. Depends on what publication you look at. Some have us 9, some have us 10, some have us out of the top 10. But still, we're Guthrie. And so that makes 2 still pretty solid.
We saw Lawton Mac last year and had no idea. We thought they were going to be perfect, undefeated, and just blow by everybody, including the state championship game.
After we saw them, we did. That's for sure.
And they got snapped in the semis. Yeah. So that just shows how 5A football can be. But, again, Carl Albert state champions. Did I forget a head coach?
Yeah, I might have forgot to mention one. Yeah,
Gary Rose no longer. That kind of escaped my notepad there.
That doesn't feel right.
It doesn't, and we look at the career of Gary Rose. With all
11 is 11.
10. I think it's 10 state championships, and just amazing career. And so the new coach over there. For the Titans, again, they're going to be one of the favorites. I think a lot of people have Carl Albert, McGinnis, and Lawton Mac.
Yeah.
And possibly Ardmore can sneak up there, too. Yeah. So it'll be
going into the season, that's definitely your top 4, I'd say, in 5A.
Again, you look on the east side of 5A. We always talk about 6A East. Well, there's not much on 5A East in the years past.
Right.
I mean, East Central used to be there for the longest time, but I think the best chance for the East side in Class 5A football is the team that we saw last week in Bishop Kelly.
Let me tell you something. I think Kelly's going to win a lot of ball games.
Yeah,
a lot of ball games. Their quarterback can flat spin it, and they've got that big linebacker we talked a bit about that can just run sideline to sideline. He's a big boy, 6'4", about 225, and then we have one of the best offensive linemen in the state of Oklahoma as well, and highly recruited kids. So, and that little number 9 can go get it also. So at the wideout, so it'll and then number 30 at running back. They still got the can't be Bishop Kelly football without a powered running game, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, they're going to win a lot of ball games. I mean, I think they'll definitely be knocking on some doors and getting some people's attention. There's no doubt. Week 2 should be fun when McGinnis and Kelly hook it up for that annual rivalry game.
Yeah. Mike Corley, the head coach at Carl Albert, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, another team on the east side that could make some rumblings is McAllister, and they're another team that's year in, year out pretty darn good too. And Shawnee will try to fight for that east side. Coweta will try to fight for that as well. So that's a kind of look at there at 5A. Class 4A, it's been dominated by Wagner. They've won the last 3 state championships, and Clinton will try to do it. Tuttle will try to do it. Clinton, Tuttle, and Blanchard. Boy, those programs have a lot of talent in all sports, not just football, but all sports. But Wagner, of course, you got Heritage Hall in there, Clinton, Hilldale, Uligal, Tuttle, Metro Christian, Newcastle, Bethany, Cashel Hall. It's kind of like the private school of 4A there for a little bit. But Wagner, again, I would certainly think one of the favorites, if not the favorite.
Yeah, Wagner's got to be the favorite again, I think. And then, of course, it's going to be interesting at Newcastle. They had a couple of those transfers go down to Newcastle, obviously, with Casey Thompson, who's a commit to Texas, University of Texas. So that will definitely have an impact on I mean, he's a fine football player. It'll definitely have an impact on 4A and where things flush out. But I think Wagner's head and shoulders going into the season. I think, obviously Heritage Hall is right there too, but I think Wagner would have to be your favorite.
Yeah, and you look at Newcastle, of course, Casey Thompson transfers over there, and his younger brother, Cade Thompson, who's a wide receiver, and they got a Jacob Morris kid, also a wide receiver. It's funny, the quarterback and 2 wide receivers go kind of connection there. But, Newcastle 1-9 last year, 1-9 the year before, and while they have a University of Texas quarterback commitment and some other good players, I don't think they can just bump up to the top 3 or 4 because you have traditional power teams along with Wagner.
Well, and you said the key word there, teams.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, like you said, they were 1-9 last 2 years. And so while the Thompson kids and the other young man will definitely have an impact, I still think that's Wagner's show in 4A and Heritage Hall right there. It'll be knocking. And Clinton, gosh, how many state championships?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Clinton's powerhouse year in, year out. And so definitely going to continue to make noise in Clinton. And it's, I know we're not going to go down that road because you and I both have pretty strong opinions about these, the transfers.
Moving the transfers.
Moving. I'll just be glad that it's over.
Yeah. It's, like I said, you got to get a program every year to find out where everybody is moving to. And you think it's frustrating football, wait till basketball season when everybody's changing schools everywhere.
Crazy.
So, but that's a quick look at Class 4A football. And again, we're going to get to some of the top games here in just a little bit. But take a look at Class 3A football. 3A football might be a fun league to watch all season long. Of course, Jones, the defending state champions, we had them on the program a year ago. We'll do the same thing here. But John Marshall got so close with former Oklahoma State Cowboy wide receiver, first-round draft pick, and Rashawn Woods. John Marshall will make another run at the title this year, and then you throw in our friends over in Cushing. With Shoup, the head coach over there, Barrett Shoup, who has taken Cushing from 1, 2, 3 wins a year to top 5 in a lot of publications, and I have a chance to win a lot of football games this year over in Cushing.
Yeah, and I think, with John Marshall, I mean, you can't talk John Marshall without talking Devontae Lee, who, in my opinion, is the best player in the state of Oklahoma. I think he would be preseason player of the year if we were going to pick one. For me, we made the comment earlier, you run for almost 3,000 yards. I don't care where you're playing. That's a lot of the yards. And just a big-time kid, 5'9", 225, 230 pounds, can flat get it, athletic kid. So, I mean, and it's – so I think John Marshall, I think this year could be John Marshall's year to lift that gold ball.
Yeah, real quick, Phil, going back to Cushing, I mean, you look at the past 5 years, 8-3, 10-5, 8-2. 12-2 a year ago, and so they got a great quarterback. The young man's name, Cade Holder-Red, I think is his name.
That's right.
Drawing a blank on it, but
I think that's right.
He's thrown for a lot of yards and expect to do the same thing this year. Of course, Perkins Tryon, the Demons, the PTDers, also win there. Then you throw in Kingfisher, who's good every year with under the head coach, Coach Jeff Myers. And you got Lincoln Christian, you got Berry Hill. Don't forget Sulphur is in the mix. I mean, that is a powerful Class 3A.
Great football. great football played there, and I mean, you rattled off all the big, the year in and year out folks that just make it so much fun to watch. But I mean, there's a lot of schools in there that do and could go out there and play, go up a couple classes and have a lot of success. I mean, these are really, really, really good football programs. So a lot of fun football to watch in 3A, no doubt about it.
Quick look at Class 2A football here on the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. Class 2A, Millwood, Davis, Longhorns at Chisholm. They got close.
Yeah.
And last year the Millwood Falcons won that one. They took a few years off of winning a state championship.
Right.
They got back into their habit of things of winning. But Class 2A, yet another strong tradition there. Millwood, mentioned Davis, Chisholm. Then you throw in your Victory Christians and your Holland Halls, Washingtons, Adaires.
Your usual suspects, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, 2A, Millwood's definitely the class of 2A. I mean, they're loaded with skilled kids, got some good big kids up front, and are always ready to play ball. So I think Millwood's definitely without a question, is your class of 2A right now.
Yeah, Millwood's got a couple talented players, top 100 players in the state. The Houston kid, he's a wide receiver over there at Millwood. So they are.
You also have the Wilson kid.
Yes, I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, that's an athlete, and both those kids can fly.
Yeah. Well, there's athletes at Millwood in all sports.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't. If it's
we're
Millwood,
not breaking any news.
Right.
Real quickly, Class A football. Of course, Class A. I always think of Morrison, our friends over in Morrison, because just a handful of years ago they were playing Class B football and a tradition power over there, then bump up to A and continue to win football games over there. But of course, you got to look at Hominy, the state champions a year ago. They're going to be in the top 10 somewhere every single year, but they are there again. And also our friends over in Cashion.
Absolutely. And there's so many schools, and when you get down to that, I mean, what is there in A-ball?
That's changing next year too, but I think
is it next year it changes?
Next year there's like 60 some odd schools I think in Class A. So.
There's a lot of programs vying for that gold ball every year, and of course, kind of a sentimental favorite for us would be our Cashion kids, being close to us. But it's Wynnewood's historically been a very strong football community and will continue to be, and Morrison, you don't ever count Morrison out, ever.
Yeah, they're always fun. Been over there a few times and called a few games over in Morrison.
They can get after it now.
Quite a few state championship games we had with them as well.
Yeah.
Class B football, defending champs Laverne, they returned not a whole lot of players, so but they're still a good quality program. Some of the notes I got here, Shattuck. I mean, you got to have Shattuck somewhere in your list there.
Better have.
Walika, another team that Morrison went up several times throughout the years. Morrison, Walika, back and forth, but Walika will be another team in there.
Depew, Davenport.
Davenport. Has a really good ball club. They were, I can't remember their record a year ago, but they had a good record and a tough team there. And then Class C football, of course, Fanshawe Ivans, Pond Creek Hunter up there. The Coyle Blue Jackets are expected to make some noise in Class C football as well, our friends over to our east in Logan County.
Well, and Shane Weathers has done a phenomenal job over there. My wife worked in that district for several years, and so I've gotten to know the people over there very, very well, and Shane's a outstanding football coach. He's a better man than he is a football coach, and he's an outstanding coach. But Shane does good things, and they work hard, and always cheer a little bit for those Coyle Blue Jackets. They're great kids over there, great kids.
Ain't it amazing when you look at these small towns how they have the athletes year in and year out? At these small towns, I mean, high schools of 70, 80 kids, 100 kids.
And they just and you're right. It's multiple sports. I mean, it's Coyle, of course, use them as an example. They brought football back just a decade or so ago. We're in the state championship game just a couple years ago. Really doing good things there. But Coyle's really known, obviously, as a basketball powerhouse, and they continue to win a lot of basketball games and have had tremendous track athletes over there as well. And baseball's coming around. I mean, so yeah, you're right, because they do it all with 10 kids, 15 I mean, they just don't have a lot of kids there, but man, the kids they do have are competitive, they're coached well, and it's fun. You know, Casey Porter, who had some other commitments tonight, couldn't be with us tonight, but Casey loves small town sports. Period. I don't care what it is. If there was two schools having a checkers match somewhere and they were small school, he'd want to be there to see it. I mean, he loves it, and he gets excited about small ball, as we all call it. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun and pure. It's just a real pure experience when you go to those small towns.
Bump up to the large school here, 6A Division I. We kind of talked about it several times, but Union, Jinx, BA, Westmore, Norman North expected to make a splash. We'll see how Owasso does. I mean, just remember, Owasso was 3-7 a year ago, so we'll see how they make the move. The Edmond schools are supposed to be better as well, of course. Union, last year state champion. They stopped the Jinx momentum of 4 in a row. And we'll talk about the Owasso and Jinx here in our next segment as we take a look at some of the games. 6A Division II. That's one of the favorite things to follow.
Yeah, it is.
You got some of the schools that were just struggling for wins and looking for postseason berths, and they get in. That's good. Then you're going to get whipped up by Owasso. Just thrashed. But listen to this, and I think I did this the other day. But listen, for those listening, here's this team the last 5 years. In 2012, they were 4-7. 2013, 6-4. 2014, 12-1. 2015, 9-4. 2016, 10-3. When the wins were hard to come by, and I think the addition of 6A Division II has benefited a lot of schools, but no more than the Bixby Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, Bixby
6-4 to 12-1 to 9-3, and they've won all 3 state championships that 6A Division II has had.
Yeah, and prior to that, how many had they won?
I don't know of many, if any.
I think 0.
Okay.
I think they'd been in 5A.
They were close.
They were close in 5A. I know we played them one year in 2007 for the state championship game, and I know they were close many times. Had great football programs.
Absolutely.
I mean, extremely good football program. But yeah, and we've talked about this. We like to tease. I like to have a lot of fun with the 6A Division II over the years, but we've talked a lot about this. I think it's great for the kids, and it's great for high school football in Oklahoma. You know, just give all those kids. We talked about that innocence, that, you know, hey, we're all going to win the state title. Mm-hmm. Now everybody really can feel that way, because for years, like you said, there was 15 or so schools that just were like,
yeah,
we're out there sweating to death for 2 days, and we're not competing for a state title. I mean, you think the Ponca City kids thought they were competing for a state title?
Yeah.
I mean, so anyway, no, it's a great thing, and you're right. Bixby's been the definitely benefactor, but our friend Rafe Watkins has the Muskogee going in the right direction now. Of course, Booker T. Washington is again good. Mm-hmm. Midwest City's always right there. Sand Springs, we've seen them firsthand up close the last 3 years, and those cats can flat out play some ball over Sand Springs as well. So
Midwest City has multiple Division I players.
Yeah. Stillwater, of course, it's great for Stilly, and it's wonderful for the kids over there as well. So, and then of course our opponent this week, Enid, in there as well in preseason. I think number 10. I believe in some publications, 9 and 10.
Don't forget, it's kind of hard to take the 6A 1 and 2 classes.
No, there's
the top 10 ranking. They're in the top 10, but there's only 15 schools.
I got you. You just stole my thunder.
I
appreciate it, Chris.
I did steal your thunder.
So I'll wait till the next segment. I'll shoot you down.
Stillwater, though, they're young, but they're getting better and better as the years go by, and they're going to have some quarterback named Gunnar Gundy, who took over some snaps his freshman year.
Gunnar Gundy. Is that John Smith's nephew?
I think pretty close.
Yeah,
same building, I think. But I saw there's an article, and he's just a sophomore. But let's make sure they mention some Matt Hollidays and some other.
No pressure.
Jeremy Littell and
no pressure.
So Josh Fields' name come up, and I think he'll be a good player. But let's
not put any pressure on the kid.
Let's take a snap at sophomore year for we.
Do you think he has a funky haircut like that other guy named Gundy over there?
I doubt it.
Do you think he's got a little more style than his pops?
I don't know that. Well, here we are talking about it.
That's right.
Here on the High School Huddle. Right. Yeah.
I think I read somewhere where he does that because it bothers his son. I think is what I read.
It's
kind of a dad having some, poking a little bit at his kiddo. So
Absolutely.
Pretty cool stuff.
Well, let's do this. Let's take another timeout here on the High School Huddle, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the games here in Week 0. It's not a full schedule, but there are several games to be played here in Week 0, and we're going to break those down after this timeout. This is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering.
I'm John Vance. You know all car dealers pay the same prices for their vehicles, so you know the deals are just as good, if not better, at the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. If you're shopping for a new Ford, we've got auto mall selection of Fords at competitive prices. At the John Vance Auto Group, you can choose from 9 lines of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, plus a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Come to the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Just 10 minutes north of Edmond off I-35 at exit 153.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group Your business wealth advisory experts provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you here on the High School Huddle, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, a firm that provides resources and solutions to key risk areas facing businesses and their owners. And a lot of business people out there listen to this show. This LegacyWag.com is for you. If you're a consumer looking for some better options insurance-wise, LegacyWagBenefits.com.
Yeah, Legacy Wag Benefits is more of a consumer-driven. It's got everything from telemedicine, patient advocacy services to a lot of discount programs, a lot of coupons, a lot of fun stuff. For example, if you want to go buy a car, you can save $500 off the purchase of a new car is one of the benefits. So, pretty cool stuff. Priced very, very reasonably. So go check it out.
LegacyWagBenefits.com.
Yep.
Coupons. Everyone likes coupons. As we continue on here on the High School Huddle, it is Friday. Well, Fridays are right around the corner. Week 0 ball games, and here's a list of some of the games that grabbed my attention.
Okay.
And I think it has grabbed a lot of people's attention in the state. Of course, the big one, Owasso at Jinx, and it's usually big every year, but it's been highlighted this year with the addition of Bill Blankenship as we added this year. Owasso is loaded. They got Josh Proctor, arguably the best player in the state of Oklahoma, has committed to Ohio State University. Wayne Jones has committed to OSU. They got another player, Courtney Alexander, that hasn't committed yet, but that'll be fun to watch there. And the thing with Alan Trimble, he's been coaching Jinx for 21 years.
Yep.
Been in the title game 17 of those years, and he's 13 and 17 in those title games.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. So that's we'll see how that game plays out on the east side. Another game on the east side that everybody in the nation will be able to watch. That's Union at Broken Arrow. That game's actually on Saturday on ESPN, 11 o'clock kickoff. And
wow.
I'm hoping BA can keep it close because Union is loaded offensively and defensively. They got a stud defensive tackle, stud wide receivers, and someone can just pretend to throw a pass, those receivers can go get it. They're just loaded with Division I talent.
Yeah, I mean, top to bottom. I do think that'll be a ball game, though.
Hope so.
You don't want anybody to get on there and get blown out on national TV, obviously, but you want both sides to show out well. So.
Booker T at Edmond Santa Fe. We talked to Booker T a little bit. Dax Hill, Riley McQuarters, 2 kids, top 30 kids in the state of Oklahoma. We'll see how Booker T and Edmond Santa Fe. That's always an interesting ball, and they play every non-district, so we'll see how that plays out. Class 3A schools, Marlowe at Kingfisher, and another player that we need to talk about, Cole Crosswhite, the running back for Kingfisher, ran for a lot of yards. Expect to do the same thing this year for head coach Jeff Myers and the Jackets over there, as it's a battle between 3A schools, a top 10 matchup. Yeah,
and Kingfisher, it's just hard to pick against them. They've got that veteran staff over there that every year, Jeff, they just kind of reload and get back at it, and it seems like every year they're in the semis or the finals, and so anytime I sing Kingfisher's name in a big game, I kind of automatically go that way. Because of all the intangibles besides the great athletes, phenomenal coaching staff, great community support. So Kingfisher's pretty tough in those kind of games. Yeah, in the huddle a year ago, we left you in the month, or last year was end of February. Well, the Kingfisher boys went on to win the state basketball championship. So a lot of athletes.
A lot of athletes over at Kingfisher. This one will be interesting, and I got a question for you. As Clinton goes to Altus. Oh, by the way, Kingfisher won last year over Marlowe 21-14. Should be another good one this year. But Clinton goes to Altus. Altus won this game a year ago, 35-14. My question for you, Clinton versus Altus, what's the over-under on passes in this game?
3.
Yeah, I think it might be Clinton with all those passes there. But that game
won't be Altus.
It'll start if the game starts at 7. They should be done by
Thursday.
7:35 maybe. A lot of running between Clinton and Altus. So we'll see how that one plays.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stoppage. I mean, every time we played Altus, you're going, because Guthrie historically has loved to run the ball too, and it's like, we just got here. We're leaving. Right. So yeah, incredibly fast games. Another
game that will be lots and lots of athletes. The Midwest City Bombers making the trip to the Indian Bowl as they take on the Muskogee Roughers.
Well, and of course we talked about our connection. I think there's a lot of us in town that follow Muskogee, want to see Muskogee do well. Muskogee coming back. I mean, they made it to the semis last year. I had actually picked them to win that all last year. Of course, they had some big wins, and Rafe's really got the kids going in the right direction down there. And you go look at the athletes, the skilled kids, top to bottom. I think their quarterback's a coach's kid down at Muskogee. And, you give Rafe and, of course, a couple other assistant coaches down there, Kai Staley and Keaton Callens, who we both know very, very well, outstanding college football players as well as high school football players here at Guthrie. You give those guys time and get them to game plan and prepare these kids, they're going to do some damage. So Roughers are going to be tough in that game, I think. Yeah, you look at Muskogee, got back into the winning side. They hadn't had a winning season, I think, since 2008. Long time.
Before last year they were 9-2. Add the 4 years before that, they only won 10 ball games but now Rafe Watkins, it seems as expected, it has them going. Again, 6A Division II has helped that, but it'll be he's got a great quarterback too. His name escapes me, but Muskogee has a good quarterback. Yeah, and he is. I'm pretty sure he's a coach's kid, and he's back, and he's an athlete. So yeah, I know. I got the Midwest City kids down there. Jalen, can't remember him right. Redmond, defensive end, and it seems like there's another kid. I didn't write his name down. Didn't he come? I think kid committed to OU. I think. I'll try to look up.
Dude, I thought you'd done a little homework.
Well, I do have some notes.
Yeah, I was out. I was working with the children all day. I didn't have time to prepare.
Charity or probation, or what are we going with here?
Work release has to be done.
Work release has to be dane. A couple other games of note. Minko is at Chisholm. Chisholm sleptwalked through this one 47-0 last year, and Minko.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Have a good one.
The Longhorns of Chisholm.
Yeah, pretty solid kids.
I think they'll be back for another challenge this year for a state championship. And the other game down here is we need to hit one more break before we end the show here. But the Guthrie Blue Jays travel to Enid.
Yep.
And you look at a lot of the polls. Will Phillips for the Enid Plains. We haven't talked a whole lot about them yet, but when Guthrie goes there, Enid will have the best player on the field, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. Because assuming Will Phillips plays special teams, I'm sure I don't know why not. But
what if I was coaching?
Yeah, he's listed as the number 2 running back in the state by one publication I saw. But we saw him last year in season opener, and he's really good.
He's a legit kid. He's
just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
We're going to be
I know he's just a sophomore. He's a legit kid, and I think he's 6 foot. Maybe a hair over 6 foot, 210 pounds, and can run. And so, it's going to be a ball game for our kids, and we're going to have to go down there and really get after them to get a W. But I think our coaches. I know I'll say this about our Guthrie kids this year, because we've watched them obviously close being here in town. They've worked their tails off. They're prepared, and they'll be ready to play this Friday night when we get into Enid.
Guthrie won this game a year ago, and Enid only won 3 games last year, and I think they won 3 games in 2015, 4 wins in 2014, 3 wins in 13, 3 wins in 2012. So Coach Steve Hayes is trying to get that going in 6A Division II. And Enid this year, they got Guthrie, Ponca City, and Bishop McGuinness in their non-district. So if you're an Enid fan, you're obviously looking to go 3. McGuinness will be tough.
Yeah.
And Enid actually played well with McGuinness last year.
Yeah, they did.
This is a Week 3 matchup coming up. We got time to talk about it later, but we'll see how Enid plays. New quarterback to go with Phillips, but good. The quarterback, all you got to do is turn around and hand it off to Will Phillips. That's not too bad.
It's not a bad option in high school football.
Exactly right. So we need to take our final time out here on the High School Huddle. Come back and wrap it up here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering.
I'm John Vance. You know all car dealers pay the same prices for their vehicles, so you know the deals are just as good, if not better, at the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. If you're shopping for a new Ford, we've got auto mall selection of Fords at competitive prices. At the John Vance Auto Group, you can choose from 9 lines of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, plus a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Come to the John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Just 10 minutes north of Edmond, off I-35 at exit 153.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Shake's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final segment here of the High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. It is a High School Huddle presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. Again, the website is www.legacywag.com. A lot of business owners out there. Go there. If you're looking for better insurance options, he's your friend. He's your friend. Be sure to go to www.legacywagbenefits.com. Again, our title sponsor this year, Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. We'll talk about them all season long. And got some great things. Short segment here as we wrap up the show here, Phil. But a lot of games to get to this week to watch, and there'll be tons more to look at next week as well. But got some cool things going on here at the High School Huddle. This is our second season back here, and got some great plans, including maybe some of the best in the listening audience. Yeah, we're real excited. You know, we were meeting with the leadership and the folks at 93.7 and talking about different things we could do. And one of the cool things that we are going to do is we're going to start the High School Huddle All-Star football team this year. And so in the listening area, we'll be looking at all classes, which we talked about this. We like that, the all-class concept, and selecting a team at the end of the season. And I know we're going to give an opportunity to have some listener participation in that, but ultimately there will be a committee of folks that will make the final selections for those all-star spots. So something fun we can do. We're wanting to create additional ways to recognize these outstanding student athletes and the coaches that give so much time to help these kids become better human beings. So very, very excited about that. And our team very well could look like an Edmond Memorial left guard. Yep. It could be a Chisholm left tackle and a Morrison center. I mean, the range is, with our listening audience, which is, from the Kansas line to our folks to Sapulpa down to the Moore Norman area, Hennessy, and a little bit further off west. So we got a great selection of schools to choose from. We do, and it's so if you're from Owasso or Union or Broken Arrow, you don't qualify for the High School Huddle All-Star team. Right. And so it'll just be, and there'll be a lot more to come on this, obviously, but we are very, very excited about that and hope to do some cool things. We'll be bringing you some of that information as the season progresses and we get some of those things firmed up. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, I was like a kid in a candy store when we found out we were doing this, and I've already. I got to figure out how. See, you always get the MC things. That's what I mean. I always. What do you mean? Well, I mean every time we're ever. Well, that means I set you up. Oh, you've set me up several times. There's no doubt about that. Do you want to talk about your friend? No, that's your friend. No, that's not my friend. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We need to get out of here. Hey, week 0's in the book for us. It's in the books. Getting ready for some high school football, brother. We blocked well. We could have ran a little bit better tonight, but that's all right. We're going into we're a little overtime, so we got plenty of work to get ready for next week. I like to think we punched it in there and got the W at the end. Absolutely. Okay. So we appreciate you listening. A big thank you to our title sponsor, Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, and we like to make people wealthy. Yeah, absolutely, and visit that website. And should be a fun season. And Casey will join us next week. Had to go do some things, take care of some stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But we appreciate you listening here on the High School Huddle, and best of luck to your team on Friday night in the rest of the season. We'll talk to you next week right here on the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.